Alright guys, we are back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to start calisthenics for beginner at home. So first things first, you want to master the basics first. Understand the basics. Get your basics down. The basics are your pike push-ups, your push-up, your dips, and your pull-ups. Those are going to be your 4 foundational exercises for calisthenics. They're basic exercises. I would say you want to at least be able to do 50 push-ups in a row, 10 pull-ups, 15 dips, and 10 pike push-ups before you try to move on to harder stuff like saying before the wind interrupted me. You don't want to progress to something you can't do yet. You know, when you go into like an elevated pike push-up and you start doing things you can't do. So please master the basics first. The basics will take you pretty far before you even get to those levels. So master the basics, prevent injuries, and understand your body more, and that will be the first step to getting your body weight and starting calisthenics down. Point number 2, understanding your progressions. When I say understanding your progressions, that means that you don't want to be training too easy where something is too easy for you, where you feel like you're not getting any better, and you don't want to train too hard where you can't even do an exercise and you wind up hurting yourself. So understanding your progressions mean if you can do 10 or more pike push-ups, okay, cool. Now you can move to elevated push-up. If you can do 50 push-ups, then okay, cool. You can move to maybe an incline push-up or a decline push-up. You know what I mean? So understanding progression is really key to calisthenics, because doing something for too long, it will get easy, and you don't want to be training, you know, something easy. You want to be progressing every single time. But doing something too hard also is not good, because then you're gonna be putting too much strain on your body. So you want to have that perfect dynamic of in the middle. So understanding your progressions is really key to starting off on calisthenics. To the good stuff. Number 3, getting a strong core. Me personally, I am still working on that, but getting a strong core is really key to calisthenics. Everything you do with bodyweight movement is almost every exercise is dealing with your middle center of gravity, which is your core. Your core is almost dominating every exercise. Your push-up, your pull-up, your muscle-up, your front lever, your pike push-up, you know what I mean? So everything dealing with bodyweight has to center around your core. So getting a strong core is very key to understanding, you know, calisthenics. And there's not just exercises to do, like stuff like, you know, crunches and, you know, and stuff like that. Getting a strong core has to do with stuff like hollow body holds and planks and you know, stuff like that, movements that you actually do when you're in calisthenics, you know what I mean? So when you do a push-up, you're basically doing a plank because you're holding yourself in a position and just going up and down. A hollow body hold, that's basically a front lever, you know? So getting a strong core will really help out your progressions in calisthenics. If you need help with that, I have a video that I will link in the description of the 10 best exercises to do at home for beginners. And let's get on to point number 4. All right, for point number 4, working on flexibility and mobility. I cannot express this enough to work on flexibility and mobility. Everything that you do with your body is moving its own way, and you're moving your body in a certain way that most people don't do, because when you lift weights, you're only in like a restricted area, you know what I mean? You can't just freely move your body how you're doing when you do calisthenics. So you have to work on flexibility and mobility. Me, I'm still working on that, because like I said, I used to lift weights, so my movements are pretty stiff. But I am progressing and getting more flexible and mobile. But you really need to get down so your flexibility and mobility. If you need to, join a yoga class or join something that deals with, you know, opening your body more and, you know, getting that mind and body connection better, because it is so important with calisthenics to have that understanding between your body and how your body moves with your mind and stuff like that. So number 4, work on flexibility and mobility. Number 5, this is something that is more for people that are like starting calisthenics and they're a little heavier versus when you're lighter. Relative strength versus your actual strength. You know what I mean? Your actual strength. When I say relative strength, I mean like me, when I started lifting weights and I was, you know, heavier than this, it was easier for me to do that, because when you lift weights, the more weight you have, the easier it is to lift heavier weight. You know what I mean? Because you have more weight so you can lift more weight, versus in calisthenics, that's actual strength, to where you only have your body. So when you do something like a handstand push-up or a front lever hold, you're using your own body to hold yourself. If you can't hold yourself, that means that your actual strength is not the same as your relative strength. Like me, I could bench like 225, but when I try to go for a handstand hold, for some reason I can't hold my handstand hold, you know what I mean? Or I can't do a handstand push-up. So you need to understand the difference between relative strength and actual strength. Actual strength is you're actually strong in your body and in your joints, and you have that strength to do push-ups, pull-ups, muscle-ups, front lever holds, and stuff like that. So for people coming from weighted stuff, you need to make sure you still get your basics down, because trust me, I thought I could do stuff like that coming straight from weights, and I was not. I had to do all over again like I did if I was just starting from the beginning. So you need to master the basics down, and then you can try to do harder stuff. But just keep that in mind, okay? All right, I just got one more point I want to make. Number 6 is understanding your vertical and your horizontal pushing and pulling movements. For beginners, I would say this is something you need to learn early instead of later. So understanding your vertical and horizontal movements is like, for pull-ups, that's your vertical pulling, you know what I mean? And for horizontal pulling, it's your body weight rows, when you lay down and pull yourself up to the body, or your tuck lever raises where you're in a tuck position but you also lift up too. Those are going to be your horizontal and vertical pulling motions. Your pushing motion for horizontal is obviously push-ups, wide push-ups, stuff like that. For vertical pushing would be like a handstand push-up, and that's pretty much it. But understanding that so you can train accordingly is very key to progressing higher in calisthenics. You don't want to just be doing horizontal movements or just doing vertical movements. You want to be doing everything, a mixture in between, the four both: pushing, pulling, horizontal, vertical. So understanding that will really get you far in calisthenics. And with that said, that is it for today's video. If you like, please subscribe and make a comment in below to the points you're struggling on. And if you need help with exercises, I do have 3 videos back there that has exercises to build your strength and get better in calisthenics. But until the next one, I'll see you guys later.